I could try to ask you first, so then you can go.
Yeah, finally. Hope so.
Yeah,
Yeah, my voice isn't on in your stream
it's
on
not on.
YouTube. Don't know why. I always have it shared. Let me have a look. Yeah, share your voice allow.
Do you hear a link voice?
I do,
Yeah, I can
yeah.
hear myself too.
Okay, good. I just restarted the stream. Yeah, that's weird. I mean, it could be a party thing, a broadcast thing. I don't know.
Okay, I think I can hear myself now, yeah.
Alright. Joan, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Alright, that's funny. Okay, so Link, I guess I will go with you first, and then you
Yes.
can leave, and yeah. So, first question. It was supposed to be audio free, but we do like that. So yeah, Link, how is it to stream this game? Because I remember you at first. This is the first game you have been streaming ever. So,
Yeah.
what do you think it adds something? It's better than just playing Mastermind solo?
I think streaming Mastermind is very fun and very interesting because you're literally entertaining the viewers. But on Survivor side is also very fun, but not that fun like Mastermind because it's a different gameplay and it's just like it's not like Mastermind, like using cameras, switching, putting creatures and much more. You just like in DBD, just running everywhere, getting keys, doing your objectives. And the Mastermind side is just like I would say it's based on skill. So of course everyone is
It's a lot more fast, yeah, and entertaining. I would say myself.
exactly.
Survivor, it's a bit slow, and you only have one wall. You don't do everything.
Yes.
So yeah, it's very special. Alright. So, Link again. Which character in Resistance would you keep for maybe a Resident Evil title? Like let's say Resident Evil 8 or something, or 9, I guess.
From the Resistance characters?
Yeah, which character you think would be interesting? Maybe a
Hmm.
mastermind too.
I would say it would be. Wow, that's a very hard question. I
Yeah,
would say
just.
it's Becca
Oh,
because she looks like that she's very scared, and she would also be more scared in the other Resident Evil games.
oh yeah, yeah, she would be a good. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, side survival. Why not? Alright, this one was especially for you, Link. This question. I think you can answer it better than many players because of how much you play Nikolai and what the community thinks of you. So, yeah, Link, in your opinion, what makes a good Nikolai to you? How do you rate them? Like, how do you rate a good
So,
Nikolai in
most
everything?
important thing, the most important thing about Nikolai is he's not really easy to play because he's with guns, so you definitely need a good accuracy. And I just have the experience from Call of Duty. That's why I have a good aim. But you can also play Creature Nikolai, which is actually fine, but not that strong as it seems, like Annette and Daniel. But yeah, so Nikolai, in my opinion, is definitely the strongest mastermind because you don't feed much time, depending what you're doing. Even with a few mistakes, you can still make a comeback. Even with 6-7 minutes in area 3, it also depends on the map. You can also make a comeback. It always depends how you play, if you are patient or not. Yeah, so guns definitely very hard to play. If you know what you're doing, then you're in a good way. So yeah, I know that a lot of people hate Nikolai. I really enjoy playing him. I still play him sometimes. Yeah, I'm a fan of guns, so games where guns are introduced, so like Nikolai, cameras, guns. I mean, yeah, that was really interesting to me.
Yeah. This game is
Yeah,
unique, yeah. The playstyle is, I don't know, I mean,
yeah.
people compare it with Call of, but even Call of is very different. You don't have
Yes,
cameras there.
I before Nikolai came out, I played Daniel a lot because he was my main. Because I love playing him. I still love playing him because he's very fun, even with this meta right now. But yeah, it's actually really fun to play Daniel with creatures, so it's something different to me. And yeah, I play a lot of creatures at the moment, and I just realized that I improved a lot fighting against teams, making good decisions, not many mistakes, and yeah.
Alright. So from there, what is your top 10 best Nikolais in the game?
Top 10.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. You can go with top 5 if you can say. If you cannot say
Yeah,
top 10.
I
But
can
yeah.
I can tell you the top 5, but I don't think
Yeah.
that I have top
Top
10.
10 is will take some time, yeah.
What
Well,
about me for 10th? I'm not asking for
Yeah.
much.
well,
That's an easy one, yeah.
so
Just
you
put
mean
Nick at the
except
10.
me or
Uh you,
me included?
you say what you want. You can
Okay.
say top 10, top 6, top 5. You know,
So
you can put
I
yourself
would
in
say the
it.
top 5. So definitely it's me. The second one I would say nervous leaders.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Nick is also a very good Nikolai.
Okay, calm down, but thank you.
Not because that you mentioned it.
Yeah.
IDK is a very good Nikolai.
Uh-huh.
And the last one, I would say Pepnek, but he's also a good Nikolai. But I also have another one, which I prefer more to see how he plays. But unfortunately, he stopped playing like Pepnek. His name is Pietro. He was a very,
Ooh,
very sweaty
yeah.
and very strong
He's
Nikolai.
he has a
But
very fast playstyle.
yes,
That's fun
yeah.
to watch.
He stopped playing because he said he is trash with Nikolai, which isn't true.
Oh, but
I always enjoyed watching his streams. He was really good. He played very well. He was like a baby Nikolai, you know, but just like
very fast
he was
baby. Very, very
very, yeah,
fast baby,
exactly.
yeah.
Like me, I am the grandpa Nikolai, so like that. Understand? And yeah, and
Actually,
he is like a young baby Nikolai, who's already very sweaty, you know.
when I see Pietro play, it reminds me of you at the beginning, when you were very fast on cameras, but the beta team was meta too. Beta team was meta at this moment, and
Yeah.
yeah, you were very fast too. But now with the G meta, you can't, because your cameras will just blow up if you are too fast.
Yes, yes,
So yeah, you were playing just like this. I think the same
exactly.
before. Alright. Okay. So why Nervous Leaders? Why is he good?
Yeah, I've seen a few videos from him of 1 year ago or something, and yeah, he played very well. So I just watched some videos from him. I mean, he was actually the first best Nikolai in my opinion. I was not playing like him. I've just seen his equipments, double gear and double recoil spring, and I was playing damage Nikolai, so I wasn't really playing with recoil spring because I didn't even know what that actually does. But after what I've seen from his videos, he inspired me to play both recoils and both modified gears, so I didn't need to play damage anymore. So it was very interesting to have a faster fire rate and yeah, the sampling.
Yeah, it's always entertaining. Alright. So now next one. Yeah. What is your again another top five, but best players in the game, and not with one character. Like, let's say,
So
yeah.
top best players in general. So you mean
No,
like
wait, wait.
they can play all survivors as
They
well
can
or
play
masterminds
more,
well?
yes. Like, for example, someone who is very good with three masterminds and also three survivors is better than someone who is good with only one character. Because it's only one character. It's not the same. So players who can do a lot and are really good with many masterminds or both or many survivors. So
Okay, so first I would say definitely Nick because I've seen Nick.
Thank you.
He plays every survivor very well.
it's true.
Mm, I'm not
Except
sure yet,
Tyrone.
but I would say Scooby Gamer plays Jill and Jan very well.
So G, so
I've
Nick,
I've
Scooby
never seen
Gamer.
him playing other survivors, but definitely props to him that he's a very good, very sweaty Jan
He
and
does
Jill.
play Mastermind too.
He's a yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, he's a very very good Jill Jan player, very tough player. So it's really hard to deal with him. Yeah, it's the third one.
Yeah, just try to think of survivor mains or
It's
mastermind
really
mains. Many of them do both.
well. I can actually say, don't hate me for this, but I definitely know that Mouse can also play a lot of survivors, even
Yeah.
though he's a mouse. He's a he's a Samuel main, but I've seen him playing Tyrone, Jen, and yeah, I think yeah he's also a very good player with all of them. Yeah, I think top three is enough. So I don't have
Yeah.
two others to top
Yeah,
of.
it's as you wish. Uh, Alright. So, so Scooby will be happy. And Nick should be happy too.
Oh yeah, I'm over the moon.
Nick is in the top three, right? Alright. Okay. Um, Next questions. Um, so yeah. Yeah, what do you think of Resident Evil 4 and Reverse Link?
Okay, good question. Resident Evil 4, clean and short. It looks very amazing. The graphics, the gameplay, so the trailer. I'm looking forward to it to play, definitely because I already loved playing the original one. Yeah, and about Reverse, I actually hated it, but I just thought, why not give it a
Why
try?
not?
So I didn't even
Yeah.
play it yet. I'm just giving a shot and see how it works, if it's worth it or not. If it's
Yeah.
good, then I will play it a lot and make content with it, and yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think
all
a
I
lot
can
of
say.
your viewers would like that for sure. Okay. Alright. So yeah, you had a question from a viewer link. It was
Oh,
from
nice.
Alda Jones. In case we
Yes.
got a sequel for Resistance, what is something you would want to see new and removed from the first entry? So I think you mean
What I
Resistance
want to
2.
see new. In Resistance 2, what I would like to see?
Yeah.
Good question. I would like to see more creatures, new creatures like Pale Huts, Hantaberas, Hantagamas. Um, then like a tracking zombie, which sounds really weird, but I would like to see that because yeah, it would be a very interesting creature because if he hits the survivor, they get immediately tracked. It's like radar pulse, but as a zombie and not a special area 2 exclusive card. Yeah, and what I would like to remove is yeah, it's obvious. It's obvious. It's Martin and the speedrun equipment.
You heard
That's
that,
all I
John?
need to say. I mean, I would like to say Kashima too, but I just realized that Kashima, if you play well with different creature builds, so it's not really that annoying as it seems. So I was just literally I don't know. I was literally a very bad creature build player, but now I just realized I just improved a lot, so Kashima don't care anymore. So
Yeah, the only
it's fine
problem
to
is
me.
you can't choose everything because of it. But yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
it's limiting. Uh, Alright, so there was a question from Starred Tortoise for everyone, but only Link will answer it for now. So, uh, what is your favorite game of all time? Or one of your favorites if you cannot pick? And he means any game, on any platform.
Hmm. How can I say it? I don't know. I don't have a answer for that right now. So, yeah, just
Don't have any old games that you played before and you really, or maybe even Resistance.
not really, no.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a tricky time. Alright. Well, Lake, if you wanna go, we can let you go now. It's decent enough. Uh,
More questions?
no, it's good enough. And you are really in a
You
hurry.
can
But it's
ask me
good
one
enough.
question more. Make one
Uh,
more, then I can leave.
yeah, maybe there was one more question. Let me check.
Make a very special question.
If I do. Oh yeah, just a fun one for the end. Not special. I would say.
Okay.
So in the next interviews, well, this one you were there, yeah, kind of in a hurry, but do you think it would be interesting to have customs after the interview?
I would love to do that, but I
Yeah,
have
not
some
now,
other
but
meetings right now.
I mean, it's for the next interviews. It's just an idea I had.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure, actually.
Yeah, just asking everyone if it's a good idea. Okay, so yeah, it's done, Link. You can leave.
Okay, thanks. Bye bye.
No problem. Thanks for the short one.
Thanks for this interview. I appreciate it. And yeah, have fun, guys. Bye bye.
Yep. Bye.
See you later.
Alright, so it's kind of screwed, but it's fine. Uh, well, at least now you kind of know a little bit what to expect. I'm getting comments there, funny ones. Well, so now we can start from the beginning a little bit more slowly. But yeah, Kara and everyone who is watching, Link was in a bit of a hurry. He had a last a pizza plan and some friend coming on. And about the recording, those are some very very old games from the beginning. As you can see, like there is a door on the safe room, for example. Uh, Alright, so okay, so you two, Joan and Nick. So yeah, you both have something in common in this game. You stream as well. So same question as I did ask a Link. How does streaming affect your experience in this game? And yeah, Joan, you can start first since you're a lady, I think. I mean,
Oh,
You
unless
thank you.
think?
unless proven otherwise. I mean,
I love to stream this game. I started, I think, back in October of last year, I think it was. And I started doing cosplays. I don't know why. I just wanted to dress up as them and play
wait,
and,
wait, you don't know why, so you
talk
just
about
come,
it.
you dress up, and you don't know why.
Right,
Wait,
it was just like I was drawn to it. I was so obsessed with this game
I,
before. I don't know why I'm obsessed with this game.
okay,
It's so
Nick,
weird.
Nick, do you do that too? Are we going to see
Well,
some cosplays in there?
Cosplays?
Yeah,
I
I
hope
mean,
well,
so.
I mean,
funny story.
Becca.
I do remember one match. God, it must be half a year ago. I said that if we won it, I would cosplay as Annette, and because I
Annette?
was that, yeah, I was that unconfident about us
How?
winning a match. I'll
How?
make it work somehow. I was that unconfident about us winning a match, and then we won it.
Oh,
So
so no need.
The Annette cosplay didn't quite materialize. I think I put that down to shipping errors with the cosplay, but
Oh.
yeah, maybe sometime in the future, but don't pin your hopes on it, let's
Yeah,
just
I'm
say
not
that.
sure if you will do the same effect as Joan does on the audience.
Not quite, no, I wouldn't say so.
Alright. So yeah, what character would you like to add in the future Resident Evil games from Resistance? If you had to choose one.
A survivor and a mastermind, or a survivor
One
or a
up to
mastermind?
you. If you want to add a lot of them, just yeah, give a lot of names. If just one, just one.
I would love to see Daniel appear in the
Yeah,
franchise.
good
I think he's a
choice.
very interesting character.
Oh yeah, he is.
And if I had to pick a survivor out of all of them, I feel like the one that wouldn't feel as redundant because, they're almost all copies of the main cast. So the only one in there that I can't really relate to anyone that already exists would be Martin. And so I think it would be cool if he showed up. He's like the little tech guy making all the little traps and techs and technology. Yeah.
So you think he would add something different? Yeah, I mean, in the
Yeah,
nuts he
some comic
does.
relief.
So,
He'd just be funny.
so much that some people think he should be removed because I think because of how different he is and misunderstood. Uh, alright, Nick, how would you add?
I think it is pretty clear cut who the strongest one is. I'd agree on Daniel quite comfortably as well. Um, Survivor, I'd really struggle with in general, to be honest, because a lot of them try to be quite, you know, dorky or have their own little quirks, and that's like quite awkward to fit in as like a main protagonist in a main game. But like, I think Martin would be funny. Like, I can imagine them coming out with like a Resident Evil 5 version of Martin, where he's just like beefed up like Chris, and that'd be
Martin.
hilarious. So it's like you have, I don't know, you have the equivalent of RE9 where you have like geeky little Martin making his way into the world, and then RE10 you just have big beefhead Martin, and he's this massive badass.
Yeah, just doing with Chris, doing some curls or something.
Exactly, they'd be best buddies before no time.
Yeah, me, I would pick Samuel just because he reminds me of Pierce, and
Hmm.
if Pierce is there, then why not Sam?
Hmm.
Nice simple way of saying it. Alright, so well, there goes the questions for Link. Hey, Hunter's Dream. Um, so yeah. Um, yeah. How would you rate Nikolai if you had to rate him somehow?
How would I rate a Nikolai?
Yeah, you're
Uh,
not. I mean, I don't know if you're Nikolai main. Are you?
Dabbling a little bit of Terminal Spencer as well, but try to keep that on the down low. Uh, I mean, honestly, most of a Nikolai's main advantages does come from the aim, because once you reach a certain stage, you shouldn't really be giving up 20s or many 10s if you can avoid it. So once you reach a certain stage of Nikolai gameplay, it really does just come down to how
But
many
how
minus
do you
threes you
not
can.
give 10 or 20s? Because it sounds
Well, you
simple
don't
for
be
us who played a
greedy.
lot, but
Yeah, well, you don't be greedy on simple terms. I remember I'd
yeah.
always try and get a little minus three on someone who was in an animation, and then I wouldn't notice Jan over the shoulder about to pop my cam. So it's you just need to know when you can really take advantage of those extra moments, and also don't always. I had that problem and still do sometimes of trying to do something all the time when sometimes you just need to wait a few seconds, chill, let your energy recharge for just a little bit, and then see what you can make from your next combination. So
Yeah.
it's definitely not easy, but once you reach a certain level of muscle memory, it shouldn't be out of the ordinary to get to a good stage as well.
hmm Okay. So yeah, you do. What do you think, John? And well, I know you don't play Mastermind. I mean, yeah, you did at some point for some. Yeah, if
I've
you're being
played around
asked.
with it,
But
but
yeah.
yeah, Nikolai wasn't my favorite to play because I do agree and believe that if you play as Nikolai, your accuracy has to be pretty perfect. And every time I can only comment it from a survival standpoint, but anytime I see his picture pop up, no matter who's playing him, I sit up. I have to like sit up in my seat because I know I'm gonna need a ride in stage 2. I'm gonna have to start shooting cameras out. Very rarely is it like traps and poison and some creatures. I'm just like, okay, this is weird, but I'll do it. But yeah, I'm very used to getting ready for Nikolai's and having to prepare myself against shooting and gooping and guns and taking care of cameras. So it's a different preparation than any of the other masterminds, definitely.
Yeah, some would say it's way more sweaty, and some would say fuck Nikolai.
Uh,
I mean, that's the truth. So just don't like it, they don't want to face Nikolai, and yeah, that's their choice. But yeah, alright. So yeah, so what is your top 5, top 10 Nikolais that you are encountered? The ones that gave you that feeling that you need to
that
sit
feeling.
really tight on your chair.
Yes. Definitely Dark X Toxicity and LinKuei when I see them. Star. Raccoon City and Duckman Sam also play Nikolai when I see their names. I'm also like, okay, let me set up. I know there's so many that I'm not thinking of right now or that I'm not friends with them, but I'll occasionally run into them when I'm playing solo hell and I'm like, oh shit, I haven't seen them in forever. Um, but yeah, there's some hard Nikolai mastermind mains out there. Naked Coon, he's good too.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's kind of a new one though, but yeah, he's very good,
Yeah,
very
he's
very
really good.
good.
I like watching Mastermind stream too, more than I like watching Survivor stream. I mean, I'll just tune in on my friend's channel to like give them support and stuff, talk to them for a little bit. But I like watching masterminds. I like watching how they think and how they work and which camera they go to, and it kind of gives me as the survivor like a better idea of how they think when we
Yeah,
start playing.
yeah, because if you want to beat a mastermind, most of the time you have to put yourself in his head
Hmm.
and kind of know where he's going before he does.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he will, and you might be surprised or something. Yeah. So you kind of agree with what Link said when he mentioned that when he's streaming,
Hmm.
he finds it more interesting as a mastermind, more fast-paced, I think, overall, too.
It is funner to watch, honestly, to watch a mastermind because it's like watching somebody play, yeah, like a poker game or something, and you get to see what their hand looks like. You get to see how they're thinking and how they're setting their traps and which doors they're locking, which lights they're turning off, and where they're going to be waiting. And it's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, survivors do not play with a deck. They don't have cards, so that there is that thing too. That I mean, that's super cool. It's like playing a card game a bit, and you don't get that when you play survival. You don't have that thing. You don't. It's really sad that you don't have like a third thing. That would have been really
Yeah.
hard to make, I guess, but that's what makes Mastermind so interesting, and why some other games do copy the model of cards as well. Um, Alright, Nick. Top 10 Nick. Are you the first?
I wouldn't say the first. I don't want to be too
Yeah, yeah.
boisterous,
Be
you know.
modest. Be modest.
No, I mean, obviously, LinKuei, you don't need my insight to have him in the
Mm.
top.
Yeah.
Uh, Star is very fast, very aggressive. Him and Pietro are very
Stars?
fun to play
Yeah.
against.
Yeah.
Yeah, Naked Kun is very good. IDK is very good. Dark. Uh, the French Reaper, he's a good Nikolai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One day out of 300, but it happens.
And is there one or two more I'm forgetting about? But no, those are like the main. I think I've named about 7 or 8. Might not be able to stretch to a 10, but
Right,
Yeah,
I can
most of
only
those.
name
Yeah.
Aviva. Aviva is also
Oh
cool.
yeah, yeah.
She's fast
She's
and
scary.
accurate.
She's scary. Yeah.
Scary. She's scary.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen her play with share playstyles, so I do not.
Yeah.
If I play against her, it will be tricky, but I don't, so it's fine. Uh, Same for you, Nick. If you were to put more work into it, I think you would be, say, really scary as Nikolai. But you don't. I mean, not in my opinion.
No, not quite. Once every couple of days, I'll pull in a couple of solo queue games. That's about it. But no, I do like facing teams, so hey, maybe I should have done customs more back in the day.
Yeah, we just do what we want. Just have fun. Matters more. Yeah. Yeah, there's someone. Yeah, on the comments who said that's the way, Joan. Watching Mastermind play help you as a server. Yeah, he knows. Mm, yeah, LinKuei agrees about Kara banging the top Nikolais. Yeah.
Hmm.
Alright. So. Alright, question for John now. So John. Wait. Alright, so since you have the most experience as a Martin main in the community, and what do you think Martin mains shine at? Like, what are they good for? I mean, you heard Link earlier
Ooh.
who said they should be removed and
See you.
all. So, wow.
LinKuei is probably like, I'm so glad I left because now I don't have to hear her gush over Martin for like 20 minutes. But in my opinion, he is just one of the. He's you know how some people pick Jill and they feel invincible and they feel like
Yes.
superheroes. That's like a solo hell choice. You just feel like you can make it. That's how I feel with Martin. If there's a Trap Alex or a Nikolai and I'm like a Valerie or something, I'm running surplus and I'm always like, shit, I should have had Nullifier. But if I'm Martin, I'm not scared of shit. As long as I have flashes and as long as I could put down bombs, I could keep equipment on that I could do both melee and firearms. I could put a vest on myself, put me a little bit more health on, buff me up a little bit so that I can make it out there. And yeah, as long as I can keep putting traps down, I feel like I'm untouchable, or that I could at least like wiggle my way out of something or distract or just start a little cut animation just enough to get away. If I could add stuff to Martin, I would. I would add like a counter attack on him or evasive, yeah. To where
Martin
he
is
doesn't get
evasive.
grabs,
That
right?
would be fun to
Imagine
watch.
Martin with Samuel's Fists of Iron. That would be fun.
Oh my
His
gosh.
little weedy fists punching the bio core.
His little stick hands, yeah. Chicken head. Yeah, he's just, I don't know. He's a really great character. I really fell in love with him. I started off as Valerie, which is why she's a higher level, but Martin is who I wish I could play every single time I play. But when I'm in a team, I have to pick who's best for the team at that point. I can't just always pick who I want to play. It's not very smart if you want to win. And so sometimes I always have to pick someone else, but if I get a chance, I'm really happy if I get to play Martin.
Hey, talking about Martin, I'm having a recording right now randomly where we see Link playing Martin. That's funny.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's playing Martin on the screen right now. After
Oh, you
saying
traitor!
he should not be in the game. Damn it,
You
Link.
hypocrites!
Maybe he's a Martin man, we just don't know it yet.
Secretly,
Maybe he
right?
doesn't know
probably
it
just
yet.
hates fighting against Martin, right?
Yes,
But you
yeah.
gotta admit, he's fun. He's fun to play. To be able to put down a trap right in front of William when he's grabbing and smashing your friend's head, when no one has the kick ready or anything, you just go in there and just boop, flame trap, and he just lets him go. That feels so superhero-y. And he's so
Oh.
like little and wimpy. It kind of just he's like a little underdog. I just love seeing him win.
Lynn isn't happy with that video of choice already. He's already
Yeah,
commented
LinKuei is
about
not
it.
happy. It's completely random, Link. Sorry. Maybe you're. Yeah, someone is saying deep down Link has a soft spot for Martin. Yeah, this might be true. This might be just true. It's sometimes it's just how it is. Alright, so we definitely yeah, I agree. Martin love. So we
Martin
kind
love.
of can agree that there are some Martins, I think, who can add something to the team and definitely to the game one way or another. But I think we can also agree that Martin mains they can be pricks, I would say. It's a
They
thing
could be
too.
a
It's a
little
good way to
annoying.
describe it, yeah.
Yeah, a little annoying is the
Mm.
gentle way to put it. So, yeah, so Nick, who's better than you to kind of explain to us what do you think is the difference? How is it that there is like a Martin like Joan and Martins who are very different? Like, how do you switch to the dark side as Martin? Like, what happens in there? Like, I
What
don't know.
happens
I
in
mean,
their brain? Do you want me to like deeply analyze their thought
yeah,
processes or something?
Yes,
yeah. I mean, for
yes, please.
example, I will give you a name, Wookie. How like how does that happen? How does Martin starts flashing plants, flashing invincible creatures? How does like what happens there? What? Yeah, what changes?
I guess it's just all part of that little nerd power ability, you know? You just get sucked into it. You want to do everything and nothing at the same time. And a man like Wookiee must have been through many, many solo hell experiences in
Hmm.
his life. He must have like it's just like an impulse, reflex action where it's like he sees one zombie spawn and he's just like, yeah, I've got to use my flash now, or that's going to snowball into a team wipe within
Yeah.
seconds. So I feel for Wookiee. I'm honestly glad I haven't been in his shoes. He's now trying to rank up
Yeah,
Tyrone as
I don't
well,
wanna
bless
be
him.
there. I don't wanna be in the shoes. So maybe that's not. Since this person does some really questionable stuff.
But I mean, to be fair, props to him for getting Martin to rank 999 in solo
I
queue. I'll give him
know.
credit.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Congratulations.
that
That
is
is hard. Yeah.
The amount of times LinKuei must have beaten him, oof, the scar.
Uh, yeah. I
alright.
agree with what you said. I think they turn to the dark side because they play too much solo hell and they start realizing like they
Hmm.
have to become their own man. They have to become their own army, one man army Martin. They just put so many mixtapes, Book of Wisdom, everything on there.
Yeah,
Switcheroo, just traps everywhere.
it's a fun
You gotta
combo,
play
yeah.
dirty.
It's a fun combo
Yeah.
that people really like. But yeah, I always felt powerful when I had Bulletproof from Martin. I liked it, but
Mm.
it's quite rare. Ah, yeah, maybe in the future, Nick, you could become a therapist for those guys. Like maybe there is a need in there apparently. Quite.
Well, I mean, I'd love to say so, but yesterday I had a Martin match myself, and I had the time of my life, so maybe I'll be the next one to get therapy before you know it.
Alright. So where am I? Alright. Nick, how is it to be a John main, even though you play them all, and some people will be confused if you say I'm a John main. Um, do you actually have a target in your back, as most people say? Do you feel like, yeah, if it's, do you feel like, yeah, you are like the first target in many matches just because you're John? Or is it all rumors and not true?
It really does depend person to person, to be honest. Like, I know a couple of Nikolais and Spencers I face who, if anything, they stay away from me because, you know, they're obviously so scared. But yes, sometimes there is very aggressive Nikolais who go straight for that cheeky air cannon when you fuck up and don't blow a cam, and then you're just down straight away, and you're like, okay, yeah, it's going to be one of those games. I better actually switch my brain cells on for a little bit here. So, yeah, it does depend match to match, but I think honestly, most of the time it's not too bad. You're going to have those cases where someone's going to target you, but I've had a worse experience playing like Evil Dead in duo queue with Cheryl, where I'd be targeted
Oh,
literally every single match. So yeah,
yeah.
compared to Resistance, that's like whole
Yeah.
another different level.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Hmm. All right. So, um, yeah, one subject that is not being talked about in this game. So this game is kind of imbalanced in general. At least that's what people think. Not by a lot, in my opinion, but it is, and that makes some people quit. Uh, and sometimes I mean, things in the past did go really bad for them. At times, some people who left games, like there was some drama going on and all. So, where would you put the line in this game, in terms of rage quitting? Because it has been seen as a really bad thing to rage quit a game, but I think the community, the last month, maybe the last year, is starting to see that quitting is not always a terrible thing to do, and you don't just it happens to everyone.
Yeah.
So, from your experience, what do you think the line is in when you like maybe you're just tired and you just wanna quit this game? It may happen to me, especially as a mastermind, I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about quitting from lying. I'm talking about really being tired as a mastermind or something and just leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you blame those people when they quit all the time? Oh, yeah, but you can go first, John, I guess. So,
Um, I could definitely understand playing as Mastermind because I got stressed out. I couldn't switch cameras fast enough. They were just so fast and so ruthless, and I can only imagine everyone else who tries to play Mastermind or try and get into it running into those SWAT teams and having to deal with that. I could understand like they would want to just like quit the game because they're like I'm not even winning. I don't want to spend two more rounds just having the same thing done to me. I don't think this is a redemption arc either. Like, there's no way I can beat them. I could see why they would want to leave. Or survivors, they get their team together, they get in a game, one person DCs. Or everybody's lagging and their friend DCs. Then they don't want to like keep playing without their friend, and their friend have to like wait on them to finish the whole game. So sometimes everybody will leave too. And I don't know, didn't they take the penalty off? Did they do that?
They
Or is that
did.
just a rumor?
Yeah.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
where
they
um,
did.
as
no
a
one has a
mastermind,
penalty
if
for
someone
leaving.
leaves, you can go, but that's about it. Yeah. But if you leave first, you get that. You get the penalty, I think. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't quit a game just because they're hard because that's why I'm playing. I don't quit a game if they're a baby either. I'll just match their energy. Sometimes they're a smurf or something and they just go balls to the wall and I'm like, okay, so you want to play. So, I'll match their energy, win the game, and then, or if it's a baby and they just started, I don't want them to quit, but I know everyone else isn't going to take it easy on them either. So I'll like give them a little resistance, probably just not touch their cameras or something. But I won't leave.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I don't know, we wait so long in matchmaking.
I,
What's the
I,
point of waiting that long and then get into a game and then you leave? Because like I don't know, some
yeah,
people
I mean,
leave because
I
they get
did quit
mad.
games sometimes. If I see a low rank or something, and
Mhm.
sometimes I'd rather give 5 more minutes into a search than playing against a baby who is not going to have fun either.
Mm.
But yeah, uh, yeah, I just think rage quitting in when people started playing this game, and I think other asymmetrical survival horrors in general, they think of other games where it's kind of equal. Like let's say you one versus one someone in Call of Duty or something like that. It's quitting would be bad because both sides it's quite fair and you have the same advantages. But on this kind of games, I think it's a bit different. We can be more. We could forgive a bit more mastermind when they do quit. I don't know, something I thought of.
Mm.
Alright. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on Resident Evil 4 and Reverse? Are you looking forward to it or not You can go first, John.
Well, wait, Nick didn't get to say.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot you, Nick. Yeah.
Hey, I am
What
still
is
here.
your opinion on that?
Yeah, what's your opinion on that? On rage quitting?
Well, in general, I'd consider myself to be quite patient and quite reserved, but even I've
Yeah.
rage quit and just left matches just because sometimes, especially as mastermind, it feels more personal because you're on your own. When the
Yeah.
survivors see that name, that's all they're
Uh-huh.
going to be against. It's not like a group effort, so it does feel
Yeah.
more personal when it goes bad. And as survivor, most of the time, if I've left matches, it might just be a baby, or obviously
Yeah.
lag doesn't count, but that's a good portion of them. Or
Right.
honestly, there's definitely been cases where like it's the last match of the night. I want to do maybe just one more match, and then a infection Alex will pop up on Bemusement, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, I'm not doing this. Good night. I've gladly done that a few times, so yeah, I don't really have a problem with people who do it here and there. If they do it every match, I find it a bit
Yeah.
bizarre. Like,
Yeah,
you might as
that's
well just stop playing completely. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I think. I think it only really bothers me whenever you're going against, and I only say this like I said from a survivor's point of view, you're going against a mastermind, you make it to stage 3, you opened the gate, everyone's going towards the light, and then he quits. Something like that
Hmm.
where I'm like, okay, you just did that because you got your feelings hurt. You could have just let this shit play through. Like, how do you
Yeah.
say you're a sore loser any louder than that? You know, and I always am like, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that his electricity went out or something, you know, a rock fell in his house, something. But yeah, you know it's because he has an attitude, or she, or whoever they are, you know. And I think that's the only time that I'm like, wow, what a hoe! Like I can't believe you left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some cases with some people quitting where like personal life was in stake. So sometimes you just don't know why. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
sometimes you never
sometimes
know.
you know. Sometimes it's not. Yeah.
I could guess, especially if I get them again the next time. I'm like, just block me, and you won't have to do this over and over again. Keep leaving over and over again.
Yeah.
But I think that's what everybody should do, so our wait time isn't so long. Everyone should just go and unblock everybody, and then
Oh,
you can reblock them if it's just
that'd be
because
a
of
long
lag, you
process.
know.
There's about 500 Japanese players I've got that are just like randomly
Oh,
hitting the keyboard to get their name
oh
that I'd
my
have to
God,
unblock.
Yeah, that's
those
Oh
something
no.
keys.
else.
Maybe skip those
Yeah.
keyboard
Yeah.
names.
Yeah, 80% of them, I think. But there we go.
Yeah, I think like the 4 people I have are also just like keyboard slammed. I don't know why. Just bad connection.
All right. So next question. Um, what are the top 5 best players of all time to you? Uh, and as I said to Link, best players, most complete players, to
Mm,
put it differently. Once who can
Hmm.
do
okay.
lots of things.
So
Top
like
5, yeah.
well-rounded players that could play
Y-
everybody.
Yeah, I mean, if I do think you can, if someone is good with, let's say, one mastermind and then one survivor or 2 survivors, that can add up
Yeah,
because it
yeah.
it can be really different. So it's better on someone who is good with one, because game has
Mhm.
been there for like 2 years, and some people spend 2 years and they end up being good with so many characters, and some
Mhm.
of us just maybe just they just want to chill with one, but at the end of the day they are good with less. They are not as good in a way. So
Right.
yeah.
You're good with a lot of different. I've seen you play almost everybody, Reaper, and you too, Nick. Um,
Hmm.
Ben Sanderson plays everybody. His name's a missing person now, but he plays everybody. He really does. Ken is the name. He plays everybody. Bam Margerian can play any survivor. They all have
Oh
USB
yeah,
on them,
yeah,
but he can
yeah.
play any survivor.
He has a style, I would say. Yeah, he has his own style with all.
Definitely.
That's
Signature.
yeah, yeah. That's something to yeah.
Hey, that's definitely always taking one for the team, you know? Always giving the Tyrone opportunity to play full damage builds, you know?
Yeah, I don't
But
want
the
that. But yeah, sorry, keep
Or
going.
Dr. Tyrone, you know?
Look, I don't want to do anything with Tyrolls. Anyways, yeah, sorry, I
I
will
feel
not
you.
give talk about Tyrolls. It usually goes bad when I do.
Those are the only names that could really come to mind for
Yeah,
me.
that's good enough.
But yeah, it's a very short list because, like you said, there are some people who get really, really good with like 2 survivors or 3 survivors. They'll have like a third, just in case their other 2 were picked
Okay.
already. And I do know even fewer people who play, Survivor and Mastermind, and they play both very well. Like LinKuei will play both, Raccoon City
Yes.
will play both, but I guess I don't play with them enough to know if they could play anybody. I think he could play anybody. He's played everybody. I know he plays Martin. Hey.
I mean, they can play Martin, that's for sure. I had proof
Martin.
earlier.
Oh
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
hate him and play both. Alright. So, Nick, your top 5 best players of all time.
Ooh, well, again, I do agree that you are very versatile. If we're going for purely versatility, Jared
Not
plays a lot of people really well.
versatility, but
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
versatility,
Not
I
sure.
guess. But also skill. Like, if obviously if you have someone who is bad with all survivors and masterminds but play them all, you know. I mean,
They're
that
not on the
happens.
list. Right?
Yeah, but don't deserve to be there. No spot for them. Yeah, just to be sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the names have kind of been listed off already, to be honest. It's quite a smaller pool of people who can play a good, like, I'd say 3+ masterminds or characters properly. It's not quite common, and that's not a bad thing. I understand why people stick to one of each category. So, yeah,
It
it's
is
quite a
hard to be
tough
good with
thing.
one already. It is
It
lots
is,
of time.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, yeah, what are your thoughts on Resident Evil 4? Have you seen the trailer?
Mm-hmm.
And the Mighty Reverse? I mean, if it's there, I don't know. Don't know
Yeah,
if it
we saw
still
like a
exists.
screenshot for like half a second. I
Yeah,
don't know how much of a promise that's going to be,
yeah,
but we'll see. We'll see.
more like half fast than half second, but yeah, at this point.
Yeah. Um, RE4 remake looks really good. I mean, I know they're going to cut a lot of stuff out. They're going to take a lot of creative liberties. It's going to be remade,
Uh,
just like 2 and 3, But I'm not mad about it. I know Krauser's not going to be in there, which is a little sad, but I'm not mad about it. I would just
Wait,
love to see
who?
their version of this remake. Krauser.
Oh, really?
Krauser's not going to be in it. Yeah,
Oh,
they're kind of cutting out
oh.
a lot of the
They cut down
just
Crowther?
super actiony, weird scenes.
Damn.
Yeah, they thought it would be confusing. They also changed Salazar. He's not going to be a short little boy anymore. He's going to be like an old
Really?
man with a
Yeah, I
cane.
really like both of them.
Yeah, it's going to be different. It is, but I'm interested in seeing what they do with it. I know it's going to be beautiful. I know that Ada's going to be in it, and that's my favorite character of Resident Evil. So I just want to see her. I want to see if they put Wesker in there. Maybe do like an assignment Ada or separate ways again. Maybe not, but I could dream. I know Mercenaries.
Oh yeah, they're
I
like
hope
if I
they
would
put
put
that
some
on.
online in there, yeah, from some
Oh,
online co-op, that's what people would
I
love.
really wish that they will make Mercenaries for 4, but make it to where your friends can play with you. Like have like 2
Ooh.
people or
That is
3 people. That would
doable.
be pretty fun.
Some modders did it. They
Some
made
modders did it,
yeah,
really?
they made
Oh,
it so you can be
wow,
4 and play mercenaries. Yeah, but
that's really cool. I saw a
uh,
mod where they were all chainsaw people.
but that was on PC. But that was on PC, so
Yeah.
it's different.
Right. As far as ReVerse is concerned, I would be. I mean, I own it already. We all own it already. We're gonna
Oh,
play it,
oh
even
yeah.
if we've already decided that we don't like the way it's set
Wait,
up or the way it looks or anything. I'm hoping they put a team thing on there because if I could be on a team, if I could have people have my back and we could go against other people, that's fun. But just a battle royale, like everyone against everyone, and then like instead of dying, you just turn into a monster and chase them and blow up and then rinse and repeat. I don't know. It just seems like a different game. I would have
yeah.
liked it if it would have been like a Resistance 2, or something like that.
Yeah.
But I knew that wasn't going to happen. So if there's a team setting on it, I think I'll like it a lot more. But so far as I could hear about it, see about it, I don't know. I don't know how I feel yet.
Yeah, it's hard to know when they didn't show anything. The only thing they did was to put it to a year later with
Hmm.
no information at all. So it's lots of terrible signs so far. Resident Evil 4 is looking more promising, definitely. Uh, all right. Okay, so now some viewers' questions. When we will be
Oh,
done.
hold on. Nick didn't get to say his
Ah,
thoughts on RE
well,
verse
I keep
Resident Evil
forgetting
4
Nick.
remake.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
It's
Getting
okay.
there.
It's all good.
Alright,
It's all good.
Nick. You can go, Nick. I'm sorry I forgot you twice. So
It's
it
okay.
happens.
It happens. It does happen twice, apparently.
Yeah, not sure about twice. Alright. Sorry
But
about
no, I'm
that.
one of those people who are very much looking forward to RE4. I was a sucker for the type of atmosphere they went for in the remakes anyway, so having that
Mm,
different kind of edge to the original is going to be something that I'll be a big fan of anyway, even if they do cut and change a lot of it. I'm sure I'll like what they decide to go with in this version in the end anyway. And it's one of those things where the original is still very much playable in its own right. So I feel like even if they change some things, I'll probably end up liking the remake. And then
mhm.
if I feel it's a bit different to the original, I'll still have the original there if I ever feel like I need to play it again anyway, because it
Yeah.
still holds up quite well. So I'm not too concerned either way what they do with it. I think they'll probably do a really good job, and we'll see. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, people are looking forward to this game and will buy this game because they know it can't be bad.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
just no way. So yeah, it's something. But when it comes to reverse, it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, I played the beta for a few hours, a couple of hours over like 2 or 3 days. It was mostly just me and a couple of friends trying to snipe each other and get in the same lobby and have a bit of fun. The game, it seemed quite comically imbalanced even in the beta, and I'm not quite sure how they'd be able to balance it already to a good level
Okay, I didn't know
without
that.
compromising things in a way that could make it quite stagnant or unfun. Again, most people have pointed out that they haven't even given us any more footage or details, so that doesn't look particularly promising in itself. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's something that, we've waited for, so I'll pick it up, I'll play it a bit, but they'd have to do something pretty good with the depth and options with the game for it to be something that lasts beyond a couple of weeks, to be honest, because it was dead on arrival anyway, and now it's been way over a year. It's going to be like buried underground on arrival, so it's
Yeah.
not looking particularly good, but I'll give it a go anyway.
Mm. Yeah, does make sense. Um, alright. So, now with the viewers' questions.
Mm.
Alright, so from Tacitus Kilgore. I think
Oh,
you know what to
yes.
expect, Nick.
This can only be good then.
So, I am a really big fan, and I'm wondering if you have a nickname for us, and a very nice smiley. So, I would
Very nice
advise you to be
smiley.
gentle there, because there's some love
Oh,
in there.
it's always a very nice smiley when it's little Tassie getting involved, yeah. So, my fans, yes. So, it came to me the other day. I was thinking it through for a good long while. I was meandering through my day, and I was like, what could I call my big, massive fan base? And, you know, after hours and hours of thinking, I thought to myself, well, my fans are obviously super. My name is Nick. So my fans are called the Supersonics. It's that straightforward. It's
Ah, that's so cute.
very nice. Yeah, exactly. The Supersonics. So you'll just be seeing that hashtag coming out on Twitter before you know it. Instagram, it'll be flooded
Oh,
everywhere, I'm sure.
that's adorable.
That sounds. Okay. Thank you for the
Oh,
answer. Sorry, I'm trying there. I'm trying.
you're trying. You don't need to
Yes.
try. Just admire the brain power behind my name for my fans.
All right. Another one now.
It can't get
Fun.
better than that. Can't get better than that. I'm sorry. That's my
So,
favorite question ever.
so question for Nikipus and nWeston4,
Oh
in case
no.
of people who don't know. Uh,
Yeah.
how do you become a great John? And I would add, yeah. So yeah, how do you become a good John if you were to give advices to new players or also good players who maybe don't main John as you do?
So I don't know. Most people seem to rate Jan based on the consistency of plus 20s that they can get. Um, but if you like focus on that alone too much, you're gonna put yourself in positions where you can potentially get farmed and exposed. So
Being
you
greedy, you mean?
sometimes, yeah. You kind of need to know where to like position yourself, when to be aggressive and when to be defensive. Um, and also another basic thing, but another thing people kind of ignore quite often is it feels very important with Jan to always have your map open. You need to, especially in Area 1, you need to know when your teammate on the same side as you is about to get their way towards the door so you can blow out the cam behind you and then be ready to catch up to them by the time they're near the door themselves. So it's all about camera management and not necessarily always about the flashy 20s. But if you can do that, then yeah, that'll put you on like another tier above everybody else. But a lot of it does come down to just, yeah, making sure you have that consistency and know-how of when to shut things down or when to stop the mastermind setting up without being farmed yourself. It's all a game of knowing when to be within yourself and knowing when to make those plays without hurting your team in the process.
Hmm. Okay. I think this person will be satisfied. I hope. Maybe he will try and be like, Nick, it's not working.
Well, I mean, I can give him like a personalized vocal coaching session if he really needs it afterwards. So hopefully it won't come to that, but we'll see. Maybe one-on-one tutorials will come in the future.
One-on-one tutorials. Alright, so yeah. So more questions for John this time.
Okay, thank
From
God.
Story Tortoise. Um, what made you want to start streaming, and do you remember the first game that you streamed?
Yes, I streamed Resident Evil Resistance. First game I ever streamed.
Okay, I didn't know.
And
I didn't know
yeah, it
too.
was
That's interesting.
only back in October, and I'd never tried to do it before, and um, I honestly can't. I just passionately am obsessed, and I love this game. I think there's got a lot of little issues and stuff, obviously, but overall,
Oh
it's
yeah,
very fun, and the
why not?
replayability for me is like high, especially because I have friends to play with. I always feel, and I could run into my friends and also play with them or against them. To just run into everyone and see them again, it's kind of like a cute little community. I like it. I like this game a lot. And Resident Evil themed. I think the graphics look really good. So I don't know. And then I was like, well, I'm not that good of a player. No one's gonna want to watch me, miss my shots and die a lot because I just started, playing it when it came out in COVID. But I'm not as good as everybody else, and especially when I started streaming, I was not as good as I am now, obviously. But so I was like, okay, I'll just dress up as the characters and play as them, kinda, because I like to do makeup, and I had all these wigs and costumes, and I was like, you know
Yeah,
what, I'm bored, might as well like make a thing out of it and
so
see where it goes.
so
And so yeah, still
basically,
doing it.
buying a little bit more yourself in there, uh, with overworld here. Yeah, that does work out when you're just when you're just yourself and you stream. Some people I know when they start streaming, they wonder uh, if they will get used to it, or if if like what do they have to do. And I had someone asking me not so long ago, and I just told him to be himself,
Right,
and to enjoy, to do something he's enjoying. So yeah,
right.
just playing a game you enjoy and really trying to forget you're streaming. Yeah, I think that does make things better.
Right, to forget your streaming helps too, because
Yeah,
sometimes
if you
I
stream a
get
lot,
nervous
you do
thinking about people
forget. I
watching me.
think.
Yeah, and I kind of mess up, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's not right, or I'm too fast and I drop things. I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to do that, or shortcut it the wrong way, and I'm like, oh, this is starting off really bad. But yeah, as soon as I forget I'm streaming, then I can just play normally and like get in the zone. And it feels,
All those
yeah,
words.
it's fun.
You
I
just
do it because
reminded
it's
me of
fun.
someone who says that a lot. I just
Oh,
need to get in my zone.
get in my zone.
Yeah. Some Nikolai player won't say oh, but he says that a lot.
It's a real place.
Alright. So, question for Nick from Storied Tortoise as well. Is it
No, here we
Tortoise,
go.
by the way? I mean, Storied? Storied?
Yes.
Alright,
Storied.
Storied.
Storied tortoise, yes.
Alright. There was sure, now I know. So, as survivor, what is your favorite mastermind and build to face?
Ooh, my favorite build to face. Definitely not a net. I've faced defense on that far too many times with Jan. I'm sick of that. So
I
yeah,
think
write that
it's
off straight away.
and it is meta those days, isn't it? And
Yeah, pretty
creatures
much.
overall.
Yeah, I think about a week ago I faced a net in virtually every match, and I was very annoyed. So yeah, not a net. I do like a good old meta Nikolai match. I can't lie. I used to really hate facing Trap Alexes, but
Mm.
then after a certain point, they became really rare, and I was like, okay, I like dodging traps. I like trying to shoot traps. This is actually quite fun. Um, Honestly, most Daniel builds, they're just fun in general. I don't really have a preference there because I credit Daniel players either way, so I'm happy to face any of those type of builds. Infection Alex can get in the bin, to be honest. Bored of that.
Oh, yeah, okay. You are going to get hated there. You heard that,
Yeah,
Infection
maybe.
Alex mains? He doesn't like you. He wants nothing with you. Okay, yeah, you can keep going, sorry. Just talking to your
But
future fans.
Supersonics.
the Supersonics are about to go in the bin. I've lost quite a few of them.
Yeah,
But yeah, honestly, I can't think of a very specific favorite, but I'm always happy to face, as I say, Nikolai's, Trap Alex is fun, any real Daniel build. Um, but yeah, there's not really. Spencer is just kind of, it's either Terminal Spencer or it's probably weak creature builds, so there's not much variety there. So yeah, I'd have to come back for an outright favourite, but those are like the short list of ones that I don't mind facing, so to speak.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I know. I like variety. Variety and the one that requires me to, yeah, to sit tight on my chair, as Joan was mentioning earlier. Bit that just but really makes me forget what's around me and just yeah, focus on the game themselves. Uh, Alright, so there was an extra question in the chat for you, Nick. There is some
Oh
degree
god.
of humor there, just so you know. Uh, how is your neck pain after a year of being the best Versatility resistance player out there? It's
So I
sorry,
did hear that right, yeah. How is my neck pain?
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure how it's related, but you have a question and you got to answer it.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
tell.
answer your fans. Supersonics.
My neck is in perfectly decent condition. Thank you for the concern.
Just like
Who asked
everyone.
it?
Yeah.
Who asked it, by the way?
Alright. So, oh yeah, I forgot. So from the story, so where was the second part on his question? Your list. Oh yeah, you actually answered. Oh yeah, you actually did, right? Your favorite mastermind and bit to face, and your least favorite. And you actually said that it's Infection Alex, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Without, without me
Yeah,
asking.
end of story there.
Alright, just realized. Oh wait, no, that's different. As mastermind, what is your favorite mastermind to use and what build? Nick again.
What is my favorite mastermind to use and what build? Ooh.
Infection Alex.
Not quite.
I mean, we never know. I mean, Nick is
That would be
a
crazy.
mountain man apparently, and he hates
Hmm.
him, so we never know.
I mean, I'm gonna be completely evil here and say that I find a lot of fun. It hit me one day. I was in a casino match. I went to the first camera on the left in Area 1, and I was cycling and cycling and cycling, and it was there and then that I fell in love with Terminal Spencer. I'm sorry to everyone out there, but it's
Ooh.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't play it too much. I don't want to, have a completely blocked community, but I
Oh.
can't lie. I do like a bit of Spencer
Yeah,
here
I
and there.
mean, if you were like a Terminal Spencer main from day one and you played until
Hmm.
now, I think everyone would have you blocked by now. Like,
No one would block you
nah,
though. You're
a
so
lot,
nice.
a lot of them.
A nice Terminal Spencer, I'll take it.
You're so nice, right? Just keep
Yeah,
killing
for
us.
anyone, he just wants to keep you very, very. That's all. All right. So from Steroid again, same question as I did ask for Link. Your favorite game of all time, or one of your favorites if you cannot pick.
Ooh.
I heard you asking that question. I was like, oh, this is going to be the hardest one, honestly. I had all this time to
But you can
go
pick a
through and
few,
try and
as
think
he
about it.
mentioned.
I'm gonna say this is my favorite just because I tried to think of a game that if I picked it up, I would always like the replay value. I would always want to go and replay it and just go through it. And I just like looking at it, and I like the music, and I like how it's set up. And it's probably not gonna be a huge shock, but my favorite game is Resident Evil 1 Remake for GameCube. I thought it was just very
Same as my
beautifully done.
sister. Yeah.
Hmm.
What about you, Nick?
Yeah, Nick, what about
Oh
you?
god. So I had a childhood of Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, those type of games. I'm a sucker for them even to this day. Still
Oh
play
yeah.
them. Yeah. I didn't actually get into Resident Evil until a few years back, so like
Wow.
2019, 2020 times. So
Oh wow, that's quite
yeah,
recently. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad
yeah,
you like it.
yeah. I ended up playing through every single one of them in order. Um, some were easier to get through than others, both in terms of the game itself and mentally. Not going to talk about RE6 too much when it came to finishing
Yeah.
that, but yeah. And another game I actually had a lot of fun with recently is It Takes Two. Really enjoyed that game.
Oh,
As
interesting.
another,
I've never played it, but I saw
yeah,
gameplay and
really, really fun. Yeah,
mm.
platinumed it and everything. So
Oh goodness.
if anyone out there wants to either have fun with someone or argue with somebody, I'd highly recommend it.
Oh, I'm writing it down. I'm definitely getting that.
Alright, so at least we all learned one thing from Nick today. It's great.
I think you learned quite a few things, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I think I will answer this question myself, since I think it's addressed to me as well. So my favorite games, there is Spider-Man 2 in PS1 for some reason. It's a game that marked me a bit, stayed in my head. I really loved it as a kid a lot. Then on PS2 there was Ratchet Gladiator and the Sly series. And
Oh, Ratchet. Yes, the Ratchet and
the
Clank games for me as
Wow,
well.
Ratchet
Yes,
Clank.
the
absolutely.
Gladiator one is the one I like the most.
Yes,
It's very different. Some people don't like it, but
it is, yeah.
I just had too much fun with that game. And I think, and then Resident Evil 5. Actually, just the Mercenaries in general is my favorite game mode of all time, easily in duo. That's you do have the competitivity of an online game there, but you don't have the pressure of playing against actual players. You just play against yourself when you play that competitively a bit, so it's quite interesting to me. So, alright, so does anybody in the chat have some more questions for Joan or Nick? Or
Oh,
otherwise, I will let them go in about a minute or two.
any late brain waves, put them in now. More than happy.
Yeah, yeah, I think you got your share, Nick, already. You and your neck.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let's check if I forgot something as well. Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess that will give time for some people to maybe come up with questions or not. What would you think of having this series of questions slash interview and then going into customs for next interview? So whoever will be there.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of like a little challenge though, because you kind of have to pay attention and then also follow the questions.
Yeah,
It would turn into like a conversation and then like dead air where we're concentrating and then we
yeah, okay.
try and remember to ask a question again. So it would be fun, interesting, but it would probably be a lot longer than
Yeah, I mean,
just the interview.
probably the interviews will be there will be some probably less questions. You know, maybe 1 hour max, because I think we spent more than an hour there, right? I think easily, because I had
Yeah, I
like
think
Yeah.
the stream
yes.
says started 1 hour ago, so I think that's very easy to assume.
Hey,
now.
Link coming back at the end.
Do you have some more questions? I'm bored.
Well, actually, there is yeah. Wait, someone
There's
is
a
asking.
question up here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's one I forgot. You just reminded me. Uh, yeah. Who is the worst Martin you ever came across to?
The worst?
The worst
Yeah,
Martin.
yes, the worst. I forgot this question,
Oh,
and Link
wow.
reminded me of this one. So, Joan, you can
The
start
worst
first. 'Cause
Martin.
You know,
I can
I
tell you
wouldn't
the top
even...
3 worst Martins.
Wait. Joan
The
first
top
because
3
she's a
worst
girl.
ones? You know,
It's not you, Joan. You are amazing, Martin.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I go through solo hell a lot, and sometimes I take one for the team, and I'll pick like Val or whatever, and I'll always be like, damn, I wish I could have been Martin, because someone ends up picking Martin, and then they suck with him, and I'm like, no, you're making Martins look bad. You're making the character look like they suck. Like, no one's going to play as Martin because they're like, oh, they suck. And it just infuriates me. But I never committed their name to memory. I've never ran into them more than once. But I've ran into plenty in solo hell where I'm just like, what are you doing? And I'm interested. I wish we could see each other's builds
I'm
when
not
we
sure
get in a
if
team.
I would want to see
Because I try and
sometimes.
guess what they got on. Because I'm like, I know what you don't have. And
I
it
did
shows.
bump into a Martin with a full bulletproof vest build before. I remember healing him, and
Okay.
yeah. There was also another Martin who I do remember the name of, who was really, really bad, but I don't want to say it on stream.
You
know.
can say names, I guess. Up to
No,
you.
I
yeah.
won't.
The
No.
slander.
Choice.
He was 2x4ing the biocore. Let's just go with that. And then
Oh.
mupping it, and then Matildering it.
He
Then
still
he got
had
a
a mop.
sledgehammer. Yeah, and then he got a sledgehammer, and that broke immediately as well. So we lost the match. Yeah.
But needless to say, right?
Best worst
Any
match
Martin
of
that
your
keeps
career.
running in a
Wait.
trap.
Questions for everyone by Taquitos
Yeah,
Kilgore.
but first, Link, your worst Martins.
Okay.
Or-
The first worst Martin, because I've seen him, he duped definitely the Savage King.
Yeah, that's a we. Okay.
Because I've seen the video where he duped against ex Nilo. He duped like, I don't know, 10 Molotovs in Area 1.
Oh.
And yeah,
Oh,
the
wow.
second one, I would say, I don't know this guy well because he came from Xbox. His name is Mercenary KR. I don't know I don't know how to explain, but yeah, my second worst Martin, and the third one is Gloomy.
Oh, yeah.
The only Martin who's really strong, beside to Joan, is Nine Huskies. He's a very good Martin.
I agree.
Because
He is.
because he don't need to play broken flashy thing mixtape. I've seen him playing USB, which is definitely something different than other Martin dudes. So he's not playing the meta at all. So he's at least trying different things.
Have
Yeah.
you seen Taki play Martin?
Never, no, not yet.
You
I
haven't?
only have seen
Oh,
her
she's
playing
really, really good.
Samuel and Valerie most of the time. But also recently we played with her. She was playing Jill also very well.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, I hope that wasn't enough. Just give me 1-2 more questions so I can leave then.
Yeah, there are some more questions in the chat. But myself, I do remember the first ever first ever team I met. Actually, no, the second team I met with the first USB guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Was a Martin, and it's actually a clip that some people have seen there. His name was Jamie. That was 2 weeks after the game was released.
His name was what? Jamie?
Jamie PRX. That was
Jamie
very early in the game.
PRX.
Yeah, 2 weeks
I
after
don't
the
know
game
this
was
guy,
released. So it's a very OG player. First USB player in the game, I think, on PlayStation.
Okay.
So Martin, and he was damage as well. Damage Martin. Not
Damage Martin.
not flashy. That flashy thing didn't exist back then. So yeah, there's some hope with Martins. Okay, so questions from Fearless Mr. X. Is anyone excited for Reverse?
Of course, me, definitely. Because what I heard is that the game, from the data mines, if it's hopefully true that the game gets a original battle pass like most of the other games, with new content, new maps. It's literally paid DLC, the battle pass, but at least you get worth rewards for it. So you have to grind if it's really true. So what I've heard from the data mines. So it looks really real, but I also hope it's real for sure. But I don't expect anything, so I will just chill and wait for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have expectations either. The Reverse, not yet. Alright. Excellent, I already talked about it. So yeah, Nick and Joan, maybe he wasn't there to hear your opinion about Reverse. Fearless mistakes. Maybe you could give it again.
Oh yeah. Reverse, if it has a team feature on it, I think I'll enjoy it more. But from what I've seen, it kind of just feels like a battle royale thing, in like all for one, or I guess by yourself. Don't really have a team thing. I would probably just prefer it if we could play with our friends and not against them. I don't know.
To make a
not
big
my really
difference.
style, but I have it, so I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna try it. It's Resident Evil.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a
But
game where we can play with our friends, for them, but we're just going to play it, no matter what. Just
One more thing I have to say about Reavers, which is actually pretty fine, beside to Resistance. So Resistance basically a team play, and people are complaining about Nikolai is broken or survivors are broken, but in Reavers it's different because you can play every bioweapon, every survivor. It's all up to you, and you cannot say like, yeah, he's OP, this is OP, this is weak. So because everyone can play the same skills, same character, whatever. So there's no reason to say, yeah, nerf Leon or nerf Nemesis. I mean, everything is fine. Definitely looking forward to it. So yeah, they shouldn't really complain about anything like in Resistance community does. So I mean, I can understand in Resistance, so it definitely needs a game like it, like Resistance needs definitely balance updates. But Reavers is definitely fine to me. So
do
actually,
you
there's
think?
no reason to
Yeah.
say that the game needs balance or anything else.
Do you think that they'll have dedicated servers, or
no,
will it be like Resistance?
no. At best, they
So
would have what.
what I've heard, dedicated servers will be available, but I'm not 100% sure. So just rumors right now.
I doubt it. At best, just like Evil Dead, they will have their own servers. I mean, servers, yeah.
Yeah.
To be good enough.
I
Definitely.
mean, to be fair, at this stage, I think most people are just glad we're going to have a server to play on it with,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's all. So
For real.
Alright. So, some other questions are coming. Question for everyone. Favorite cheesy one-liners from the RE series in general?
Cheesy? How can I
Cheesy
understand
one-liners.
this question?
I'm not sure. I guess, Joan, you know what it means?
Yeah, it's
it's
like,
like
you were
favorite
almost a Jill Jet,
corny,
sandwich,
corny
yeah.
lines,
Or like in
jokey
Resistance or
lines,
in Resident Evil, period,
He
because
said
Resistance has so many.
RE series in general. So I guess pick your
Hmm.
favorite, maybe.
Just like your favorite quotes from Resident Evil, basically.
Yeah. I liked when Wesker yells Chris in 5. Chris! Ah.
Well, Alex, I can answer the last one question, then I really have to go. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Go ahead,
rejoin the
yes.
party.
So yeah, there is.
Just give me an interesting question.
Well, so question from Tacitus Killgirls. It's just viewers' question now, and she asked for everyone, what is the best and worst match of your career? So yeah, best and worst match.
Oh, goodness.
Well, the best is, I would say, the match on Downtown where I fought against IDK, Ex-Nihilo, Dom, and Knight of Ren. It was a very close match. I was supposed to lose this match, but I was kinda really concentrated in this match that I couldn't really do mistakes anymore at the end. So where they destroyed the last core, they had 40 seconds. I spawned Nami on the left and pulled it. And they Ex-Nihilo made a mistake with safeguard. He used it too early, and it was a chance to down Dom with the rocket at the end. And after Ex-Nihilo pulled the door, Knight was running to him and trying to save Dom, but he couldn't. And yeah, the others were trying to escape, but they couldn't too. And the match was over there.
Wow.
And to my worst, it's actually not the worst, but also was also very fun. The match on the amusement where I lost for the first time. It was a very tough match, very sweaty and very fun. I really enjoyed it. It was with Pepnek, Dom, Red Labs, and Caillou Atari. And yeah, this match was really, really interesting. I really enjoyed it, even though that Bemusement is a mastermind-sided map. And I literally, most of the time, I couldn't lose there, but I lost already twice. But of course, I can take the lose, so the lose doesn't mean that you're bad, so it means you can improve more, you can learn from it. Yeah, and anyways, definitely props to Pepnek, Dom, and Kai that they are the only ones who escaped in Bemusement against me. Plus, I have to give it to props to Scooby, Ex Nihilo, Sims, and the fourth one, I don't know who that was, but I think it was IDK, exactly.
Yeah, IDK, yes.
Those 7 players, definitely props to them. They made it on Bemusement against me, so definitely GG's, and thanks for the sweaty matches.
All right.
Well, I have to go now. Alex, have fun,
Yep.
guys. See you tomorrow or
Okay.
later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Yeah. Bye, Link. Okay, so I think we're good. Oh yeah, I mean you two. You also have to give your best and worst matches of your career.
There's so many though. There's so many matches.
What I was
think I
about
can
to
only
say, yes.
all the best ones. Like I can only remember when I first started playing, and I didn't win very often, and I would, I could tell when the mastermind was just like really hard, and I got in a team for one of the first times, like actually was on a mic and everything, and we ended up beating someone who was a Nikolai. It was just really hard for me at that time, and I remember like jumping up and squealing once we made it out of the exit, because it was one of those barely clutch situations. And I can't even remember who we were playing it. It was probably Mutated Nimi or something. And yeah, at that time, I was not good enough to beat him, and that was my first time beating him. And then it was after that I, started joining teams all the time and talking to other people about my build and taking advice from them and watching them play, and got better, more practice. And the worst match I've ever played, which I wouldn't say the worst match, it's not that the person I played against, like, it was bad playing against them. It was just that the situation in which it happened. It was like that tournament that Mutated Nemesis did, and I got Aveska, right, Trap Alex, and I got Valerie with no nullify. Yeah, and we only made it to stage 3, but we ran out of time because it was just like so draining. And she's really good, and
from the other side, yeah.
Right. I was so embarrassed because I begged these guys to do this with me, and it was so hard to get everyone's schedule together and get everyone there, and then we only got to face like one person,
wasn't it?
Right. It was so unlucky. It was just like, oh my goodness. And then I just like publicly lose in front of everyone. I'm just like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. And I feel like if I could go back and do it all over again, I would definitely have spoken up and been like, hey, I'm going to be Martin this time. Someone else be Nullified.
Oh, yeah, be Martin, yeah. After our interview, I think, I do understand why you think.
Yeah.
And
so that I would say that was my worst match of my career. It was very public. It's probably still somewhere.
That's a big
very
world.
Embarrassed.
That's a big world.
But
Resistance lost media maybe at this point.
Yeah. I hope so.
All right, Nick.
What about you, Nick?
Oh boy, do we have another 3 hours? To be honest, there has been many good and bad matches.
Maybe
and sometimes
just Link, think of a match and just tell a story.
Yeah, well, they won't be as straightforward as his, where it's winning with Nikolai on downtown, losing with Nikolai on Bemusement. One of my least favorite matches must have been one of the early times I faced Infection Mod. It was all going well though. We had 12 minutes at the door, and then one of my friends panicked when Yataveo spawned. He pulled the switch. Him and somebody else escaped. And then me and another friend were stuck farming time for the next 40 minutes. Genuinely 40 minutes after that, and we lost. So that was painful. Probably explains why when I see an Infection Alex on Bemusement as my last game for the night, I sometimes don't quite want to go back there, but yeah, that was pretty bad. Also, had a couple of losses against Alexis, who is a mastermind with an overdrive only build, shall we say. Turrets, IVs, clowns, all that good stuff. It comes out in spams with somebody pulls the door too early. Had one or two experiences with that weren't very fun. One of the best ones I actually had was on my Smurf account, actually. Just a chaotic net match. I remember it being incredibly spammy. Lots of grenades going off. It felt like a throwback to the early weeks of the game, and the randoms were a bit incompetent, shall we say, but they helped add to the drama of the match as well, so that was a very fun one. And then on my main account, I'd say the first time I beat LinKuei probably would have been one of the more notable ones. And the customs against Pep around this time last year as well. There were some memorable matches that I had as well.
You Kara, Dark and Rat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one hell of a team to face, honestly. Okay, so I will give my best moment. To me, it's simple. It goes back to when I was playing with a Novaleri team, no sprays either. I would say playing for like a month with nobody in the team, no sprays either, really will bring the best out of your team and yourself as a player. So it's something I would recommend trying to anyone if you have three good friends who do play often enough, like daily or at the same time as you. Just give it a shot for like a month and play with Noval, and you will. I don't know. That's I had my best matches. Like the best wins with this comp are the ones I remember the most because they were more. The matches were more challenging. All of them pretty much. And after a month, I would say I was definitely at my best as a player back then. Just because I was doing this comp. So, best, most memorable games for me were those. And worst game was a game that made me stop playing Daniel early in the game because there was a flash meta. I think I got flashed like 30 times or something, and worst experience ever. Way worse than Kashima or anything. Alright. So, Link. No customs for this time. This might be for the next ones. We'll see. Alright. I think I can let you go. It's been quite some time. Longer than I expected.
Yes,
But
I
it's
was
cool.
going to try and get to sleep quite early today, but it's all good.
But this was fun.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was good conversation. Fun one. Alright. Let's end the stream there. Thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that 1 hour and a half. Maybe no, 1 hour and 1 hour and a quarter maybe interview. Yeah. Bye.